let's see here. I think one last thing I want to talk about before we dive into some reactions and reviews is something we actually didn't talk about last week, which is the TikTok ban. Well, the fake TikTok ban, because it was banned for like 12 hours. But I think it brings up a conversation that I spoke about not too long ago. But I think it's important that we reiterate this issue here. So again, speaking strictly for just creators and artists and musicians, right? Um, TikTok, regardless of what you think about the platform itself, is a massive useful tool for all types of creators, right? Not just musicians. And TikTok kind of being up in the air um, for quite a while there kind of made everybody scramble, right? Like everybody started to panic and everybody was going over to different apps and, kind of just really wigging out. But obviously the ban, as of right now, January 20th, has been lifted, right? So it really wasn't much of a ban. But I think this serves as a reminder that you need to be building platforms all over the place, right? Like you can't just dedicate yourself to one platform, because there was a lot of creators that had a large following on TikTok that were actually in a lot of fucking trouble. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people pay their bills through TikTok. A lot of people make a lot of money from the creator fund, right? Whether you're doing family shit or skits or you're a mom or just all types of stuff. So that was a big deal, right? But I think the more important thing to talk about there is the fact that people don't try enough to transition a lot of these supporters and followers over to other platforms, right? So make sure you're telling people to follow you on Instagram and follow you on Twitter and follow you on Blue Sky and wherever you're at, right? Because one wrong move and one of these platforms could just absolutely croak. You know what I mean? And you're completely out of an audience. You have no email list, you have no contacts, right? So that's like a big deal there. And I saw a lot of people panicking about that. And it's just one of those things where if you're not constantly trying to build multiple forms of networks and like, of course, this is assuming that you're a serious creator, right? So obviously you want to be doing all this. But I just think that you really need to lock it in when it comes down to building a website. But also, even if you can't build a website, you should always have a link tree or some form of like um any sort of link, to be honest with you. Like you really need to have one of those what do you call it, like those link accessible platforms, right? So I think that's like very important. And we spoke about this probably like 2 months ago. I was talking about the importance of branding, right? And changing your name on all platforms and things like that. So a couple months ago I spoke about this briefly, but this is kind of reiterating the same idea. But when it comes down to something like TikTok and having it be such a massive platform for so many people, I think it's very important to make sure that you're connecting with your supporters, right? You have to be, because again, in this day and age, if you're not directing people to your website or your link tree, or you're not building an email list, like these types of things happen with these platforms, right? So it's not up to us, and you really don't want to lose that support system, right? Because even if you have like a large following, maybe like 50% of them actually like give a fuck about your content. Maybe another 25% are actually investing in your content, and then maybe 10% are actually spending a shit ton of money with you. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things where you gotta constantly be doing that. And I think that was a stern reminder for a lot of people to not just invest themselves so heavily into one platform, right? I'm not saying like you need to like spread yourself like super thin, but you should be everywhere, and you should be active everywhere, and if you're not really a social media person, get yourself a manager, you know what I mean, or someone close to you that can handle your socials for you, right? Because again, I think that's such an important thing. It's such an important thing. And I would hate to see people kind of lose out. It would definitely really suck to see people lose out. So um yeah, I definitely think, again, that's that's a firm fucking reminder that you should be engaging with all of your supporters on all platforms, right? But also, even more important than that, build yourself a fucking website. You know what I mean? So that way, you know, so to speak, if everything were to like shut down, at least people could still find you and get all of your work through your website, right? And again, if you can't do a website, you should at least be able to have a link tree, right? Or some form of link site that you can put all your socials in, all your music platforms, or, you know, your YouTube channel and your Twitch channel and all that other shit. So again, firm reminder to definitely not, you know, hone in on one platform super hard, and make sure that you're building yourself a website and building yourself a brand. So that way you don't have to worry when one of these platforms fucking kicks the bucket. You know what I mean? You can just, you know, you're like, okay, I'm good. I got my website. You know, and you can take that to like another platform, and people will understand. You know, you'll be like, yeah, you know, so and so shut down, so make sure you follow me here, or check out my website and all this other shit. And you'd be surprised at how many people don't have that. You know what I mean? Like you would definitely be surprised at how many people like just like aren't prepared for that sort of thing, and it's really wild to see. So, again, that's something I'll definitely always reiterate, but firm reminder for sure. So yeah, TikTok. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if there's any time to go crazy with it, definitely this year's the year for sure. Um, just because, you know, you see how quickly things like that can really just disappear, right? So go hard with it, go crazy with it. Don't be afraid to post anything nuts. Just go as hard as you can for sure, and build yourself a damn website too. But per usual, this will be uploaded on the Music Mondays channel. Make sure you go check out the channel. Go show this video and all the videos some love. Drop a like, drop a comment. New videos every Thursday, every Saturday. We're like 5 subs away from 300, so make sure you go sub the channel if you have not already. And let's fucking get it, baby.